Oklahoma since the break of dawn today. Coffee cold beside me as the highways fade away. There's an old country station playing songs from long ago. George Strait and Conway Twitty helping lonely truckers roll. I remember when you loved me back in 1983. We were young and wild together, dreaming what life could be. You'd lean your head against my shoulder as the dashboard lights would glow, and every song upon that radio felt like home. I've got an old country radio heart, still breaking slow in the dark. Every steel guitar cry feels like tears I never hide. These highways keep rolling on, but some old love stays strong. Every sad country song still starts this old country radio heart. The truck stops change through all these years. Big change replaced the old cafes where working men once gathered to sing their blues away. Now strangers stare at cell phones, nobody talks anymore. But back then folks shared stories, walking through those diner doors. I still wear your wedding ring, though you've been gone 10 years now. Funny how true love keeps living even after goodbye somehow. This old country radio heart still falls apart after dark. With every Johnny Cash refrain, I still whisper your name. And Lord knows these lonely roads ain't easy growing old, but music keeps my soul from falling apart. This old country radio heart. Some people heal and move along, but certain hearts stay tied to songs. And every memory comes alive when those old records spin at night. I've got an old country radio heart full of scars and old bar charts, but I'd live every moment twice just to hold you one more night. And when my final mile is gone, I pray heaven plays along with steel guitars and loving arms for this old country radio heart. There was an old drive-in outside of town where the teenagers all gathered around. Chevrolet cars lined up at night, beneath those faded neon lights. I was 17 in worn blue jeans, working hard, chasing simple dreams. And you walked in with auburn hair, and suddenly love was standing there. The radio played Charlie Pride as we drove slowly countryside, windows down in the summer heat. Two young hearts with restless beats. Those memories under the driving lights still keep me warm on lonely nights. Oh, country songs and first slow dances, young love built on simple chances. Though the years roll fast away, part of me still wants to stay back where everything felt right, under those driving lights. Friday nights at Miller's Lake, laughing till the daylight break. You'd steal my jacket in the cold. Lord, I can still feel your hold. Daddy warned me life gets rough, said real love ain't always enough. But somehow through the bills and pain, we held on through years of rain. Then children came and seasons changed, our little world rearranged. Yet every time those old songs play, I'm right back there yesterday. Those memories under the driving lights still shine bright through all these nights, with Conway singing soft and low, and your hand resting in mine slow. Now wrinkles line these aging hands, but deep inside I still stand beside that girl in denim white, under those driving lights. Nowadays kids move way too fast. Nobody builds a love that lasts. But back then hearts were made to stay, not walk away when times turn gray. Those memories under the driving lights still live deep inside my life. And when my final road is done, beneath heaven's setting sun, I hope I see your smile again, like way back there when we began, slow dancing through the Tennessee night, under those driving lights. There's an old Chevrolet in the barn out back, covered in dust and railroad black. Daddy bought it in 1969. Said, son, this truck'll outlive time. We drove those county roads for years, through harvest dust and teenage tears. AM radio singing low, with Johnny Cash on every show. Mama sat in the middle seat, barefoot in the summer heat, laughing while the windows shook, on roads no city map ever took. That old Chevrolet in the barn still carries pieces of my heart. Rust on the doors, cracks in the paint, but memories somehow never fade. Every scratch tells stories true about hard work and seeing life through. Lord, I still hear Daddy say, take care of that Chevrolet. Friday nights we'd head downtown, football lights all shining down, boys in boots and girls in curls, slow dancing underneath the world. I kissed Sarah by Miller's Lake, young love strong enough to break. We thought life would stay that way, forever young and wild and free. But time rolled in like winter rain. Daddy got old from years of pain. Now that truck just sits alone, like a memory carved in stone. That old Chevrolet in the barn still feels warm inside my arms. Smells like gasoline and smoke, and all those dreams country boys hold. Though the world keeps changing fast, some old things were built to last, and every country song still plays inside that old Chevrolet. Now my grandson climbs inside, eyes shining full of life, and I see Daddy there somehow, living through us even now. That old Chevrolet in the barn ain't just steel and broken parts. It's family, faith, and sacrifice, and memories that shaped our lives. And someday when I pass away, I hope that boy still hears me say, keep your roots and don't forget who you are and where you've been yet. There's an old diner off right 66, where the coffee's hot and the walls got cracks in them. Pictures of cowboys fading with time, and a jukebox still playing Patsy all night. Old Earl sits by the window every day, reading worn newspapers turning gray, talking about Elvis, Hank, and June, like the world stopped somewhere back in '62. The waitress knows everybody's name. Small town hearts all stayed the same. Truckers rolling through Tennessee rain, finding comfort in old refrains. At the old diner off Route 66, you can still hear country heaven in the mix. Steel guitars and heartbreak songs, where lonely souls still belong. Old memories never really die, they just linger beneath neon lights. And every old timer still gets his kicks at that old diner off Route 66. Jimmy came home from Vietnam, didn't say much after all he'd saw. He'd just sit there late at night, listening to Merle till morning light. His high school sweetheart married someone else. Now he mostly keeps to himself, but every Friday after 10, the jukebox makes him smile again. Outside the world kept changing fast, big city dreams replacing the past. But inside those dusty wooden walls, old America still softly calls. At the old diner off Route 66, time still turns slow like a country hit. Coffee, steam, and cigarette smoke, working men sharing old jokes, and every song the jukebox plays brings back those golden yesterdays. Lord, there ain't many places left like this. That old diner off Route 66. One day they'll tear that building down, put another chain store in town, but they can't erase those memories living inside melodies. At the old diner off Route 66, you can still feel what real life is. Simple hearts and honest hands, trying hard to understand that the best years don't disappear, they live forever in our ears. Every old country song still exists at that old diner off Route 66. white radio, sitting on the porch where the roses grow. Every evening when the sun went down, country music drifted through our town. She'd hum along to Loretta Lynn while the summer breeze rolled gently in. Daddy rocking in his wooden chair, smiling like he didn't have a care. Back then life was black and white, front porch talks on Friday nights, neighbors stopping by till late, nobody locked their front yard gate. Mama's front porch radio played the songs that shaped my soul. Old love stories, pain and grace, simple truths we can't replace. Now every time those records play, it carries my heart back yesterday to fireflies and moonlight glow, and Mama's front porch radio. Sunday morning smelled like pie, church bells ringing through the sky. Daddy wore Sunday shoes, Mama sang gospel tunes. Grandpa talked about old farms, hard times, wars, and honest arms. Yet somehow through those years gone by, they still laughed with tired eyes. Then the children all moved away, cities called and people changed, but Mama stayed there all alone, still making that little house a home. Mama's front porch radio still plays soft and sweet and low. Johnny Cash and Tammy Wynette, songs the old folks won't forget. And though her hair turned silver snow, that country music kept her warm like an old friend she's always known. Mama's front porch radio. Now the porch swing barely moves, but memories still fill those rooms. And somewhere in the evening breeze, I still hear those melodies. Mama's front porch radio was more than music long ago. It was family, faith, and love, little blessings from above. And if heaven's got a place for me, I know exactly where I'll be, listening while angels softly glow by Mama's front porch radio. There's an old diner off Route 66 where the coffee's hot and the walls got cracks in them. Pictures of cowboys fading with time, and a jukebox still playing Patsy all night. Old Earl sits by the window every day, talking about Elvis, Hank, and June, like the world stopped somewhere back in '62. The waitress knows everybody's name. Small town hearts all stayed the same. Truckers rolling through Tennessee rain, finding comfort in old refrains at the old diner off Route 66. You can still hear country heaven in the mix. Steel guitars and heartbreak songs where lonely souls still belong. Old memories never really die. They just linger beneath neon lights. And every old timer still gets his kicks at that old diner off Route 66. Jimmy came home from Vietnam, didn't say much after all he saw. He'd just sit there late at night, listening to Merle till morning light. His high school sweetheart married someone else. Now he mostly keeps to himself. But every Friday after 10, the jukebox makes him smile again. Outside the world kept changing fast. Big city dreams replacing the past. But inside those dusty wooden walls, old America still softly calls at the old diner off Route 66. Time still turns slow like a country hit. Coffee, steam, and cigarette smoke, working men sharing old jokes. And every song the jukebox plays brings back those golden yesterdays. Lord, there ain't many places left like this. That old diner off Route 66. One day they'll tear that building down, put another chain store in town. But they can't erase those memories living inside melodies at the old diner off Route 66. You can still feel what real life is. Simple hearts and honest hands, trying hard to understand that the best years don't disappear. They live forever in our ears. Every old country song still exists at that old diner off Route 66.
Daddy drove an old Ford Ranger red, with a Bible and a wrench beneath the seat instead. Coffee in a thermos every break of dawn, working hard before the dew was gone. I was just a boy beside his side, watching Tennessee rolling by. He'd tap the wheel and softly sing to every country song AM radio would bring. Waylon, Willie, Merle, and Jones fill that cab like family tones, and somewhere between those old dirt roads, he taught me things a man should know. The radio in Daddy's truck was more than songs, and growing up it was life and love and sacrifice, and holding on through hard times. Every old tune still brings me back to faded roads and railroad tracks. Now I hear those singers and I'm young because of the radio in Daddy's truck. Never talked about Vietnam, just stared quiet at the coming dawn. Sometimes his eyes looked far away like ghosts still followed him some days. But music always eased his mind like country songs could heal with time. Mama said those melodies were the only thing that brought him peace. Then one cold winter afternoon, the preacher came too soon. Now that truck sits in the barn, still smelling like tobacco charm. The radio in Daddy's truck still plays those songs he always loved, and every steel guitar I hear feels like somehow he's still near. These old hands rest upon that wheel, trying hard not to feel that empty ache life sometimes was, since the radio stopped in Daddy's truck. Now my grandson rides with me down old roads through memory, and I catch myself singing low, just like Daddy long ago. The radio in Daddy's truck still keeps his spirit riding on through old highways and county lines, past forgotten neon signs. And someday when my road is done, I hope my boy remembers us like old country songs that never rust. And the radio in Daddy's truck. There's an old farmhouse on the hill, past the creek and broken mill, white paint peeling from the years, still standing proud through joy and tears. Daddy built it with his hands after coming home from foreign lands. Mama planted roses red beside the porch where we were fed. Every morning rooster calls echoed through those wooden walls, and gospel music softly played at sunrise every single day. That old farmhouse on the hill like steel guitars and whippoorwill cries at that farmhouse in the pines. Summertime and county fairs, barefoot kids without a care, Grandpa smoking by the barn, teaching boys to work the farm. Sunday dinners fill the room, chicken pie and old country tunes, Grandma laughing loud and sweet, making every life complete. Then the factories call the young, one by one the children gone. Now silence fills those empty halls, where laughter used to bounce off walls. That old farmhouse on the hill still waits quiet and still, like it's holding on to time and the love we left behind. Every dusty window pane whispers softly through the rain, and every country song I hear brings that old house near. Nowadays the world feels cold, too fast for hearts growing old. But back then life moved slow enough to understand what mattered most. That old farmhouse on the hill will always be my home still. And someday when my days are through, I know exactly where I'll move, back beside those fields of gold, where Mama's prayers still softly roll, and angels sing beyond the pines, near that farmhouse through all time. There's an empty bar stool next to mine tonight, same place you sat every Friday night. The neon signs still flicker blue, but this old bar don't feel the same without you. The jukebox plays George Jones again, and every word cuts deep within. Bartender asks if I'm alright, I just nod and stare at the light. You used to laugh so loud and free, like sadness never touched your dreams. Now your memory walks these floors every time that old door swings open more. There's an empty bar stool next to mine, and 100 memories cross in my mind. Slow country songs and whiskey burns, some hearts break and never return. I still see your smile in the smoke-filled room, back in the summer of '78. Two small town kids trying to escape. We loved Conway and old Merle Haggard songs, and somehow we just got along. Life got busy, children came, hard years put pressure on our names. But through every storm we held on tight, with country music and porch light nights. And cancer came like cold December rain, and nothing ever felt the same. Now every song we used to know feels like salt in wounds that never close. There's an empty bar stool next to mine, still waiting after all this time. Your favorite song still plays at 10 and breaks this old heart once again. These tired hands still reach for you like old habits always do. Lord, I trade every sunrise to fill that empty bar stool tonight. Some people say time heals pain, but grief just learns to wear a different name. And love don't disappear when someone's gone. It lives inside every old country song. There's an empty bar stool next to mine, but your spirit's here every night. In every steel guitar that cries, and every lonely neon light. And someday when my time is through, I'll save this final dance for you. Till then I'll sit here holding tight beside that empty bar stool every night.
Bar lights glow on Friday nights like lonely stars in southern skies. Old men drinking memories down, while jukebox echoes through the town. I've been sitting here since 9:30, talking to ghosts and drinking wine. Since you packed your bags last fall, this place became my second home. There's a waitress named Jolene who knows exactly what I mean. She keeps my coffee pouring strong and lets me cry songs. Bar lights and broken hearts, that's how lonely living starts. Steel guitars and whiskey burns, trying hard not to hurt. about losing someone like you. And every neon light still shines on bar lights and broken hearts. We used to dance here every week, two young lovers, wild and free. Conway Twitty on the stage, back before life turned the page. Then bills piled high and tempers rose, love got buried beneath hard roads. Funny how forever ends before you know where time went. Now there's another man somewhere holding hands I used to wear, and all I've got these nights are songs trying to help me carry on. Bar lights and broken hearts, that old pain never really parts. Smoke-filled rooms and midnight rain, trying hard to hide the pain. But every country singer knows some wounds never fully close. That's why lonely people find comfort in bar lights every night. One day this hurt may fade away like old records left to age, but tonight your memory stays in every note the jukebox plays. Bar lights and broken hearts still tear this old soul apart. Yet somehow these melodies bring a little peace to me. And if you ever miss me too, you'll know exactly what I do. I'll be right here every night under bar lights, holding tight. There's a White House near the railroad tracks, with peeling paint out in the back, where Lucy May still hangs the clothes and waves at every car that goes. 40 years beside one man, working fields with weathered hands, through baby storms and factory strikes, they somehow made it through life. He'd bring her roses every spring, cheap ones but they meant everything. Then sit beside her on that swing, listening to the night birds sing. Porch lights in Alabama, burning soft through the dark, like old love that never faded, deep inside the heart. No diamonds, fame, or fortune, just two souls holding on, like country songs from yesterday, still playing after all. Sunday mornings, church bells ring, choir voices sweet and plain.
ladies fanning summer heat, children running through the streets. After supper every night, Walter held his baby tight. Though his back hurt from the day, he still found words to say. You're the best thing life gave me. Even after all these years, you see, she'd smile and softly laugh, like young lovers from the past. Porch lights in Alabama still glowing warm tonight. Through old hard years and broken dreams, their love survived the fight. Now silver hair and wrinkled hands still fit together strong, like an old country melody that somehow lives forever on. Nowadays love moves way too fast. People forget how long things last. But back then hearts were built to stay, not throw real love away. Porch lights in Alabama still shining through the years, through lullabies and factory towns and quiet honest tears. And when the good Lord calls them home, together they will walk, while heaven's angels softly sing old country songs of love.
There's a little gas station off Highway 9 where old men still talk about better times. Chevrolet trucks lined up in the dust, and everybody knows who you can trust. Miss Betty pours coffee strong and black, while Willie keeps Johnny Cash on the track. The same old songs from years ago, still warming hearts in the morning glow. I grew up in that little town where hard work made the world go round. Daddy worked the mill till his hands turned gray, still bowed his head every time he prayed. It's a small town Saturday night, neon glowing soft and bright, couples dancing close and slow to country songs from long ago. Blue jeans and pickup lights, young hearts under southern skies. Lord, those memories still feel right on a small town Saturday night. Mama used to sing by the kitchen sink, Patsy Cline while the dishes clink, sweet tea cooling by the screen door breeze, summer air moving through the trees. Back then life didn't move so fast, people still made good things last. You could leave your keys inside your car, still know
exactly where you are. Friday nights at the county fair, cotton candy floating through the air, kids running wild while Grandpa smiled like the whole world stopped a while. It's a small town, Saturday night, radio humming till daylight, steel guitars and old bar signs, stories aging just like wine. Every song brings back those years, little laughs and honest tears. Lord, I'd give my soul tonight for one more small town Saturday night. Now Walmart stands where the drive-in stood, and nothing feels quite as good. But every time I hear Hank sing, I still feel young again. It's a small town, Saturday night, fireflies and porch light skies, Mama dancing with Daddy slow, like they did 50 years ago. Though time keeps rolling out of sight, those memories still hold on tight, and in my heart they're still alive. That small town Saturday night.
Factory whistle blew at 5. Another hard day, just trying to survive. Lunchbox cold and hands worn rough, but quitting never crossed our blood. We built America piece by piece, steel and sweat never came cheap. From Detroit lines to southern mills, working men paid all the bills. Friday nights down at Joe's Cafe, country songs washed pain away. George Strait singing through the smoke, helping tired hearts still cold. These factory whistle blues ain't something you can choose. It's overtime and aching backs and old boots full of railroad tracks. But every working man still stands with grease and pride upon his hands, and country music pulls us through these factory whistle blues. My brother lost his job in '81, said the plant work finally done. Small towns faded one by one, like old songs slowly coming undone. Mama cried when Daddy drank, trying hard to keep the faith. But somehow every Saturday night, music always made things right. Couples dancing close and slow, under lights hanging low. For a few short hours at least, the world finally felt at peace. These factory whistle blues belong to folks like me and you, people trying hard each day, not asking much along the way, just enough to raise our kids and keep food
whistle blues. Now my son wears a business tie, different world, different life. But sometimes when he hears these songs, he says he finally understands where he comes from. These factory whistle blues still echo deep with truth about broken dreams and honest pride and keeping hope somehow alive. And when old country records spin, those memories come back again for every soul who made it through those factory whistle blues.
Miller's bar sat on the edge of town, neon lights glowing red down, where farmers came on Saturday nights to drink beer and feel alright. There was sawdust spread across the floor and old jukeboxes by the door, playing Tammy Wynette songs till nearly every heart sang along. That's where I met sweet Caroline, summer of 1975. Blue jean jacket, hazel eyes, Lord, she looked like paradise. The last dance at Miller's bar still shines bright inside my heart. Steel guitars and whiskey nights, holding on beneath dim lights. And though the years have come and gone, that old love still lingers on, like country songs played on old guitars at the last dance in Miller's bar. We built a life in Arkansas, two kids raised with honest jobs. She worked nights down at the school, I drove trucks and played by rules. Life got hard like life will do. Bills piled high, dreams fell through. But every Friday we still danced like young lovers taking chances. Then one winter she got sick. Doctors talked but none could fix it. The last time we held each other close, Conway Twitty played soft and low. That last dance at Miller's bar left a scar across my heart. Now every lonely country tune feels like her perfume in the room. And every neon light I see still brings her back to me. Lord, love never really goes far after the last dance at Miller's bar. Now Miller's bar is long gone, turned into a parking lot. But somewhere deep inside my soul, that old jukebox still plays on. The last dance at Miller's bar still lives beneath these aging scars. And someday when my road is through, I know I'll dance again with you under heaven's glowing stars, beyond those old neon
Miller's bar tonight.
Factory whistle blew at 5. Another hard day, just trying to survive. Lunchbox cold and hands warm rough, but quitting never crossed our blood. We built America piece by piece. Steel and sweat never came cheap. From Detroit lines to southern mills, working men paid all the bills. Friday nights down at Joe's Cafe, country songs washed pain away. George Strait singing through the smoke, helping tired hearts still cope. These factory whistle blues ain't something you can choose. It's overtime and aching backs, and old boots full of railroad tracks. But every working man still stands with grease and pride upon his hands, and country music pulls us through these factory whistle blues. My brother lost his job in '81. Said the plant work finally done. Small towns faded one by one, like old songs slowly coming undone. Mama cried when Daddy drank, trying hard to keep the faith. But somehow every Saturday night, music always made things right. Couples dancing close and slow, under lights hanging low. For a few short hours at least, the world finally felt at peace. These factory whistle blues belong to folks like me and you, people trying hard each day, not asking much along the way, just enough to raise our kids and keep food where the family lives. Lord knows we've all been through these factory whistle blues. Now my son wears a business tie, a different world, different life. But sometimes when he hears these songs, he says he finally understands where he comes from. These factory whistle blues still echo deep with truth about broken dreams and honest pride, and keeping hope somehow alive. And when old country records spin, those memories come back again. For every soul who made it through.
those factory whistle blues.
Oh, Billy drove an 18-wheel across the states through dust and steel, from Tulsa down to New Orleans, living life somewhere between. Coffee black and cigarette smoke, CB radio and roadside jokes. He wore a cap that said born free, like the last old cowboy America's seen. He's riding down the last American highway, chasing sunsets that keep fading away, through truck stoplights and old motel signs, holding on to forgotten times where country songs and freedom play. On the last American highway, his wife back home in Abilene still wrote letters soft and clean. Come home soon, she'd always say, but the road kept calling him away. He missed birthdays, Christmas snow, Little League games years ago. Now his boy's a grown-up man, trying hard to understand. He's riding down the last American highway, listening to Johnny Cash all the way, with diesel prayers and weary eyes, watching another small town die, still searching for yesterday. On the last American highway, now the diners close, the gas signs rust, big old dreams turned into dust. But somewhere deep inside his soul, that country road still makes him whole. He's riding down the last American highway, one more mile before the break of day, with old blue jeans and calloused hands, still loving this forgotten land. And when they lay him down someday, he'll rest beside that highway. Steel guitars crying in the wind, America rolling slow again. Just one more song on the last American highway. drinking at the counter, trying hard to hide their pain. There's a jukebox near the corner, playing George Strait after dark, and every lonely steel guitar cuts straight through the heart. I came here after you left me back in 1984. Thought a few drinks and country music might help heal what's torn, but every song keeps bringing back your lipstick and your smile. And these whiskey nights grow longer, mile after lonely mile. These whiskey nights in Amarillo keep pulling me down slow. Smoke-filled rooms and broken hearts everywhere I go. And every country song reminds me of the love I used to know. Lord, it's hard growing old alone on whiskey nights in Amarillo. Truckers talk about old highways, oil men count their cash, waitresses keep pouring coffee while old memories slowly crash. I still wear the ring you gave me, though your love has long moved on. Funny how some hearts stay faithful even after love is gone. Outside the desert wind keeps blowing through motel signs and bars, like lonely ghosts of old romances beneath the Texas stars. These whiskey nights in Amarillo still echo through my soul, with Merle Haggard on the jukebox, making broken people whole. And though the years keep slipping by, one truth remains, I know: some loves never really die in Amarillo. Maybe someday I'll stop hurting, maybe time will let me rest, but tonight this old bar stool still knows my regrets. These whiskey nights in Amarillo will someday fade away, but your memory lives forever in every song they play. And when they close this bar for good and turn out all the lights, I'll still hear country music playing through Amarillo.